salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Indeed.
We have a new box, which is Chaplain Grimaldus and his retinue. You don't like Grimaldus, do you?
I'm obsessed with him.
Sorry, Grimaldus is one of the most awesome characters in 40k, after Rogal Dawn, obviously. Some box there. There's my head in it. No, seriously, this chair is not...
Your head is in it.
It's my oh, actually, we can't see the bald patch, it's okay.
Yes, good. Keep your head up.
It's fine, it's fine. I keep my head back. I can't get into that. So we have ourselves Chaplain Grimaldus himself. Gotta love Grimaldus, aren't you? That's Grimaldus.
Indeed.
Yes. He is accompanied by 3 servitors. Well, servitors are unfortunate. When you decide to apply to join the Black Templars, you become an initiate, right? And you do lots of heroic stuff. You serve as a soldier, sort of unarmed soldier. You know the type I'm on about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your scouts or scout marines. You serve as them, but you're not actually a marine because, of course, you're not allowed to have more than 1,000 marines. Black Templars have got about 6,000 marines, but we'll not talk about that. They don't care. And actually, it's quite hard to counter a chapter that's all over the place.
Yeah.
So these guys have to go through various trials. They have to fight and they have to do stuff. And if you succeed, or if a marine gets killed and you need his ranks filled, then that initiate becomes a marine at that point, and then he becomes a Black Templar, and that's great. He gets to wear the chains, not wear the chains. He gets to wrap a chain around his bolt gun for some reason, and he gets
what a privilege that is.
Yeah, and he gets to swan around. Well, it makes it heavier when you're hitting orcs, doesn't it? Mind you, Grimaldus once strangled an orc to death.
Yeah, that was in the film.
Which is yeah. Although that's in the film. That actually happened after the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And actually, it's a longer story than that because you need to read the books.
I'm not reading about Grimaldus.
Right. So anyway, the poor old chaps who don't make it, the ones who turn out to be not tough enough. Yeah, not tough enough stock to be part of the Adeptus Astartes Black Templars. They get turned into servitors, which is great because they get to live for several thousand years and become a machine, which is glorious, isn't it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Slave.
They also grow servitors in vats, apparently.
Just pushing it a bit.
Apparently they grow them in vats, so which means they must clone servitors.
Great.
Or in vitro yeah.
1,000 different means.
But they might make that up in order to make people think they weren't weird for getting marine initiates and turning them into servitors.
Just weird.
Or maybe they don't do that with initiates at all and they grow all of them in vats, but because it's illegal to clone in the Empire, they say, oh no, honestly, they're initiates that we converted into servitors.
It could be anything now.
Yeah, and then the Black Templars, so who's going to ask them? The Inquisition? Doubt it. Don't think the Inquisition are going to bother the Black Templars very much. Who is it the Black Templars call in when they need foot troops? Right, so that's Grimaldus. Grimaldus started off as a chaplain. Apparently he was really good at speaking, good orator. And his first mission was rescuing rescuing a single space marine. The space marines all got killed by Tyranids.
Oh yeah, that chapter you told me about.
Yeah, and he rescued the last one. Then he got left behind by the Templar fleet on Armageddon. Yeah, well, left behind. He was put in charge of the garrison at Armageddon. So he fought in the Battle of Armageddon, defeated the orcs, was the only survivor.
Yep,
if you believe the propaganda.
Only survivor.
Absolutely only survivor, apart from the other people who survived, which we don't talk about.
Only survivor.
And yeah. So then after that, he dropship of what chapter was it? Something tigers, flying tigers, or whatever they were called. can't remember the name now. Lightning something.
What are you talking about?
Alright, there was a Space Marine chapter, and I can't remember the name of it, and you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This particular Space Marine chapter, and I can't remember the name, a dropship crashed near the hive that Grimaldus was the commander of.
Space Wolves.
No, it weren't Space Wolves.
It was their shit that crashed.
No, it was the Space Wolves got annihilated, didn't they?
Yeah, and you talk about the film, yeah?
No, this is post-film. This is after the film. And this dropship crashed, and so Grimaldus went out, and it was the season of fire, and everything was burning, and you can't survive on the surface of Armageddon outside the hive cities if it's burning, but Grimaldus didn't care. It wasn't acceptable that he would be burnt by fire, so the fire didn't burn him, and he wandered out to the craft, and he went inside with his chaplain. And they knocked on the door, there was no one there, and they found a dead Marine inside who'd been dead for a while. And they went, oh, this is really bad. And they had a recording device, and they checked the recording device, and it was another chaplain from this chapter, and saying that they'd been betrayed. So off Grimaldus goes to these Marines. He finds a handful of them who've survived the battle. They'd been told by agents of the Inquisition where the orcs were, and they'd attacked this valley to take out this scrap Titan regiment before the Titans were activated, but it was a trap. The Inquisition had tipped off the orcs that the Space Marines were coming.
Doesn't that sound very Inquisition-y?
Well, the Inquisition thought that this particular chapter was a little bit wayward, so they betrayed them to the orcs. However, the Marines, there were only 500 Marines left, so a whole 500 Marines attacked this valley. And all the officers and heavy weapons teams were shot by Inquisition snipers. And only 3 officers survived, and then a handful of Marines, and Grimaldus turned up. And he contacted the fleet, he contacted the High Marshal and said, High Marshal, we've got a situation here, this Marine chapter's nearly been destroyed, we need to take on the orcs. And the High Marshal said, no, you're not doing that, you better come up, all you've got is your handful of Black Templars, there's not enough forces to take them out. So Grimaldus got the entire army of the hive of his hive city, the Steel Legion, the 144th Cadian Shock,
yeah,
and a load of other people who owed Grimaldus a favour, formed an army and took the Titans down. He took some of the Legion with him as well, and they attacked the Orc Titans, and they destroyed the entire army. And the leader of the Space Marine, this unfortunate Space Marine unit, tried single combat against the Orc, but he couldn't win. So Grimaldus joined in, and it ended up into a big scuffle. And in the end, Grimaldus strangled the Orc to death. But in the film, it did it in the Sanctum, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were sort of adding that as a nod to what happened later. So yes, Grimaldus managed to kill an Orc war boss with his own hand. That is awesome. This shows you how annoyed Grimaldus can get.
I don't like how obsessed you are with him.
No, I'm just reading it, that's all.
Obsessed.
I'll read something else later and then build an entire new Space Marine chapter based on that. I'm thinking of reading the Blood Angels series.
Oh my god.
Although I read I think it's 3 books on the Dark Angels. So
I'm just doing one chapter.
No, I'm not doing all the chapter. I'm just saying I read that, and that didn't make me want to do Dark Angels at all. I really don't like Dark Angels. I wasn't rooting for them.
Alright, fair enough.
Right, that's it. Anyway, over to you.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of Grimaldus and his 3 servitors.
Grimaldus!
That is everything from me, and that is everything from him.
And everything from Grimaldus.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.